it came to us through Jesse Barron, who wrote the Esquire article, "Girl from Plainville," and I mean, you sort of teed it up perfectly, which is it's the type of story where you just feel lucky that it crossed your desk. And I will say that when Liz and I first got together to begin to discuss how we were going to approach the story, neither one of us have writing partners in our careers, and so that's a very dangerous proposition to put two people together. And we just had the exact same general ideas for how we saw the show going, and specifically how we wanted to approach what we know is a very sensitive subject matter. It's very delicate subject matter, and the entire time, all we wanted to do was tell it in a way that wasn't sensationalizing it, and was really being even-handed as it related to all of the real life characters that this story followed. Yeah. Do you have anything else?
Ditto. Great. This is I take half the credit still, so that's how the writing partnership works.
3/4 of the credit.
It's great. Yeah.
100%, absolutely.
I think it is true of what you're saying, is that when you are playing someone and spending so much time with them, especially 6 months, this being a limited series, even more time with them, you can't judge. But I think part of why I like being an actor, all of us probably do, is exploring kind of the psychology behind what, for Michelle in this case, what could bring her to do the things that she did. And I think that's, for me, why I wanted to be a part of it, and I got to be a producer on it and kind of be involved early on. I felt very close to her, or close to the young people in this story. I mean, this is about young people and how technology affects them, and that is something that I'm still discovering. I think we're all navigating that world, even though I was born into that and grew up and had high school, had cell phones and Instagram and all that. But it's just so, I think we are seeing the effects of that now. And so just how modern this story truly is and how that affects your mental health was something that I wanted to dive into. And that goes for Conrad and Michelle in the story in different ways, obviously. And you have to approach each day knowing that these are real people and a tragedy did come out of this. But at the same time, we're trying to dive deeper and not be biased and show everyone's viewpoint. And I think it's a beautiful exploration of grief as well, that it touches on. But it just fascinated me every day playing her. I learned something new, and not to say, it is a character. So I'm portraying someone that is alive, but also at the same time, she was written and we don't know the truth of every single nuance. So you have to kind of then create that for yourself. So the Michelle that I created is also, she's a character from this world that kind of the media created as well. I think there's a real version of her, and then also what the media did to her that really villainized her in a way too.
I was very taken by her when I saw her in the documentary and other interviews that she had done. And I was just captivated by her strength and kind of resolve, and her humor, and just like how profound a person she was. And I feel like Liz and Patrick really captured her, and she was right there on the page for me, and everything was right there. And yeah, like Elle was saying, it was a very deep exploration of grief and forgiveness and finding peace, through tragedy. And I don't know, it was a hard place to live for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I think they both have spoken really beautifully about, and illuminated to the sort of the weight. I mean, I think we all felt the weight, and I particularly did, knowing that we know this young man's ending, but we didn't know a lot about the rest, and that in 18 years, a young man lived a very full life and wasn't defined by just the ending that a lot of us know so well. So, yeah, it was hard in the way of, obviously, we're talking about a lot of mental health things right on our sleeve. And, to bring honesty to that, as you can imagine, is can be very painful. But the relief at the end of the day, and seeing the finished product and knowing that I don't know, that we got to see these people given 3 dimensions, a full life. All that weight, it just feels lifted, and not only that, it's like soaring above, and it just feels so worthwhile, like it's intentional and important.